Is this about the Digitarium sales letter?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty
Was
sure it
I
was last week's. Was it last week or the week before that?
okay? Yeah, and I was
It's
probably
part
complaining
two.
about the. Okay, was I complaining about the pattern interrupt?
Yeah. You said not the pattern interrupt. The offer and the mech were overlapping. That was another thing you said. You said it didn't have any structure, and that this was basically proof that you needed structure in order to have a successful promo.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Then now you have like a thing to latch onto. It's called overlapping, or like however else you want to like, take that and twist it. Like copywriters always make this one mistake of having these very clear cut sections overlap into each other. It fucks everything up. It happens on the first page of your promo very often, right? So
There's
it's like you're just taking that source material and just creating more anxiety around it.
yeah, there's definitely the way to kind of stir that anxiety pot, but I also have gimmicks that I constantly refer to. The very original OG rant that I've had about this is passing the baton. You can't have two like relay runners holding the same baton. You have to pass it off. Are we talking about an offer? Are we talking about a mechanism? Like each section of copy, one runner takes it and runs with it. You can't have two people in tandem holding a baton. The other one I haven't really dropped this one so much. It's like a special moment between me and Nick. Was the one about when you're on the island, speak the language of the natives. And the reason I haven't told people that one very much is because that was like something I said like after like 20 minutes of talking to Nick, and I was worried people wouldn't get it if I
Send the
just said
video.
it. Yeah. So, but you're on an island. You're on the mechanism island, or you're on the island of the offer. It's time to talk about that, and that's where the structure stuff comes in. Is you've got this weird sort of Pangea, Mesopotamia. Like these are all separate continents. Like they all have their own theme and their own way of doing it. So yeah, dude, there's a bunch of emails for you right there.
Yeah, one other thing I'd say too is that just following what we call the rule of one. I don't know what that first link goes to, but if it goes to a separate page, then that's probably not where you want it. Like Copy Squad Inner Circle goes to the sign up page of the sales letter for Copy Squad Inner Circle, and the link at the bottom goes to the video. Your email has to be about one thing. It's like it's all driving to one click, one action. So if you're asking them to click this or that, then it's kind of like it's not getting the response that you really want.
Yeah, I guess if you wanted to, you could potentially drop it in a PS if you wanted to
In the
run a
PS.
separate. You want to go to separate destination. Probably Nick's right.
Move it.
Yeah, probably shouldn't. I've done it
And
before. I think I've done it on a
That's
couple.
where I got the idea from. I saw it in a previous one about a month or two ago, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that."
I've done it. But I didn't really measure, so I don't know if it was good or bad to be honest. But general rules of copywriting thumb say don't do that.
yeah, I mean, a good also if you're gonna keep writing the Copy Squad emails, man, just get the data that shows what the best opens were, what those angles were that were used, and then just model them. Like I'm sure there's a subject line that got a really good click-through rate that you could just take and pick it apart and say, oh, okay, he talks about this and that right here. I'm going to take that, I'm going to twist it into this angle. Now you have a subject line that's
Yeah,
somewhat proven to work.
something else you could do, because our quote quote editorial only runs on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You could basically take the top 4 or 5, sort of like find the ones that had the highest open rates for subject lines, the top 5, and then what will happen is you'll take out one word and you'll put in the relevant word for that video, like Nick is saying. So it's the same subject line with different keywords in it, like for the video. But because you have 5 of them, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday. So 3 weeks have elapsed, and whenever you get to that third Thursday, you reset the templates and just start swiping keywords again. until they stop working. And no one will notice because that means they would have to have clicked all of them, paid attention for 3 weeks straight. It could be virtually the same subject line.
So Tyler, one thing I will say, because I know we just chat on you for like 15 minutes, but like when I look at this email without reading it, I am impressed at just how the lines are presented. Like I can tell that you have the cadence down, right? That's a really good sign. So, props to you for that, man. I like the fact that I'm looking at the lines and I'm like, okay, this actually is very easy to read. It's using very simple language. Everything is split apart into separate lines. So take the feedback, and then I guarantee the next one you submit is going to be that much better. It's the substance that is kind of lacking, but the actual writing I can tell is pretty good.
Yeah, I was thinking that as I was writing it, I like felt it going off like left field, and I was like, "Nah, it'll work." It did.
Right. And Nick's right. You can look. I might have made a comment on Mike's earlier. I might have removed it because the email was still pretty okay. But like, you can look. How many? If I can see too many 2-line sentences like in one email, like that's a cluster. That's a crowded email.
Yeah, you said that to me the other day about last week's email, I think.
Yeah. So this is Nick's right. This if we were reading another language, this would look like visually on the nose, like it did what it's supposed to do. What's up, Copy Squad? Want to know a pet peeve of mine? When people say you should write your copy conversationally, that's such incomplete advice. You need to know what to write conversationally about. Otherwise, you might as well be writing conversationally about the weather. And the truth is, it's actually really simple to do this right. There are 4 easy and proven emotional triggers that when you write your copy using these 4 triggers, people want to buy anything you're selling. And this is really all you need to know to write copy that converts, copy that crushes your wildest sales goals, and copy that attracts and keeps clients lined up around the block. I put all the details about these 4 triggers in a free and straightforward report called The 4 Emotional Triggers. It's at copysquad.net/4 triggers with the number 4. Inside, you'll learn the 4 emotional triggers you need to sell anything, along with explanations and specific examples for how to execute these triggers in your copy. So if you want that totally free report, just visit www.copysquad.net/4 triggers using the number 4. Thanks so much for tuning in, and peace out, Copy Squad.